So, hello everyone. Welcome to another day of the New Blood AI tournament. So,
Hi guys.
we're going to start with Cyan versus Games God. So, we'll go ahead and get started there. Just to make sure that everything is set up right here. So Cyan, Games God, 2-player Tiny. They're both playing Huns today. So let's go ahead and get started. Oh, one versus. They're both on team 1. So we have to. Okay. No teams. Okay. Cyan. Sorry about that. Yeah. There it is.
All the AI.
So yeah, I have a lot of AI since I'm my AI folder. I'm an AI collector.
I bet.
So, Games God won the first round against Marco, which was the seed 32. We'll see if Games God can compete against the higher seeded AI. See what he can do there.
Who are the authors of these AIs?
Games God was Kingdom ZZ. He's just a user on the AIScripters page. I know that he's been around for some time. And Cyan was another user on the AIScripters, but they've only made one post, and it was for Cyan AI. So both are fairly new. So Cyan can only play Huns. So for DE. So
this villager is going pretty far. What is he going after? The blue one.
He's building up a lumber camp all the way over there.
No, on the. Oh wow, that's an interesting lumber camp.
Yeah, that's a pretty far lumber camp.
On the other hand, it's safe, right?
Yeah. Over here, Games God has his mill up. It's got that one boar lured in. So,
It would be nice if any of these AIs could go fast cavalry. I mean feudal cavalry, like a couple of scouts. That would be interesting actually. I don't know if we have seen any of them. I haven't really watched the last games, but so far I don't remember any of these AIs playing scouts.
UCS inside versus Alpha. I don't know if you saw that fight.
Oh right, yeah.
And then Fourth Wind also did some scout cavalry. So
okay, I didn't pay enough attention.
That was a scout Fourth Wind was actually slightly faster at doing scout cavalry than UCS, and UCS was knocked out because of that. So that was a fairly interesting, round.
Oh no, this villager, did she survive? The red one?
The red one? I don't see what happened there. I was focused on my conversation.
I see. The red villager, female villager, was pretty close to being killed by a boar, but I don't know if it entered the TC or got killed behind it. I don't know if we can see it.
Yeah, I don't. No, I don't think we can see that. So.
Okay.
So,
the blue one is making other forward buildings, as far as I can see.
Yeah, it has that one lumber camp, and he has a couple of farms.
It's male.
So, think that the lumber camp's the only building that's happening besides the mill. So a couple of farms over here.
Most of these villagers got retasked to berries, unfortunately, so that's quite a lot of idle time.
Yeah.
There's like one or maybe two villagers up there.
Yeah. Walking all this way to the lumber camp is really...
Oh no, another retask. That's painful.
Yeah, that's a pretty far, walk distance right there.
But Sky is still pretty forward with the score. Still has the advantage.
It looks like stole 2 of the sheep.
Oh wow. Oh wow, that can hurt.
2 of the sheep get stolen by Games God, so...
I wonder if Cyan is going to lure the boar. He might find him now. Oh no.
Let me see. I don't know.
There was one below the TC, but I can't see the other one. Maybe it already got killed.
He hasn't found it yet, so...
Oh. Oh no, how unfortunate. But
well,
maybe now.
There he goes. He just found it right now.
Okay. Let's see if they get... Yes, there goes the first hunter. Right near the TC.
Yeah, I see it. Yeah, we'll see if he... So Games God going up to has gone up to feudal. Cyan is still, kind of low on the food. You're building another lumber camp. This one's a little bit closer.
Yeah. Oh
Maybe
wow, the villager almost got killed again.
This is probably the first lumber camp that should have been built, and maybe this one should have been second.
Yeah, if that would be only the first one. Looks like he adjusts food percentages, as you can see on the debug messages on the left.
Yeah, he has a lot of debug messages that he sends out, so I put the messages kind of on silent so they don't annoy...
Spam the chat.
Yeah, annoy the chat, so... So Games God, building a blacksmith over here, has his watchtower up. Looks like being pretty productive at this time.
Yeah, look. Oh, he's sending first archer, or is that just a gather point?
He has 3 archers at the moment.
Okay, so looks like he's using some gather points. That's nice. These towers, they can do so much damage.
Yeah. But what's interesting is he doesn't have any forward watchtowers, just one. But this is good against, if, for instance, like Immortal or Rehoboam, they send their, skirmishers or their archers, for a feudal rush. This watchtower can do a little bit of damage, right?
Yeah.
So.
Looks like he's going to attack in a moment because he just researched the padded armor and he already has the fletching. He might send his 6 archers.
So it looks like Cyan just got up to feudal over here and is building a watchtower as well. And it looks like he's doing some deer hunting. Look at that.
Deer hunting?
Yeah.
Oh, nice. Deer pushing.
Yeah,
that's good.
Deer pushing with the scouts, so complex enough to do that. So that's impressive.
He got some sheep as well.
Yeah, that's definitely beneficial there. And hello, Kim. Thank you for joining. So yes, there's some.
Oh, look at that! He's going he's going to make scouts, I guess. That's really nice for him.
Yeah, that'll be interesting. And he's also building a second stable.
Where?
right next to it. So I'm a little bit ahead of you.
Yeah, a little. Look at that scout chasing the deer.
Yeah, I saw that. That's deer hunting is one of what I consider to be one of the toughest things to code for DUC. I mean, there's scout pushing of the deer. That kind of shows that you know how to script.
What to do.
Yeah.
Yeah. Was that electricity or Waddle that said that they got their deer pushing in 3 death rolls?
I think it was electricity who said that. Yes, I mean, that was fairly impressive.
I'm still leaving deer pushing for the later time because I have so much to do with my serpent, but 3 rolls to make it work seems incredible.
Yeah, it's something that we can all kind of aspire to be like, 3 rules for for deer pushing. So
I have so many rules to make first 2 buildings. I mean, first 2 houses. I can't really imagine making deer pushing with 3 rules, but
yeah,
maybe I'll talk with him at some point.
So GamesGod,
look up. It seems that they're attacking.
Yeah, he's going for the attack for this lumber camp. So I guess this lumber camp is actually kind of putting up a little bit of defense almost. So
it buys some time.
Yeah, that might actually be a good thing. So get some extra scout.
GamesGod seems to have a forward lumber camp, and this might be a nice place for Cyan to attack. He already has some scouts.
And building
he doesn't. Oh, look at that! He's building a tower near his lumber camp.
Yeah, he's building forward 2 watchtowers. In fact.
Interesting.
So Cyan is not liking what he's seeing, so he's finally going for the attack here. I think those archers are in trouble.
Yeah, unless they somehow focus and make use of these towers. Yeah, they are running away. Interesting. I mean, I don't think the scouts can win, but the damage is going to be quite big. And the tower is going to be... Oh no, it almost got cancelled. For some reason they retreat.
Yeah, I was noticing that. There is a little bit of retreat here. GamesGod is... I guess they didn't want to be attacked by the watchtower, so that's what they're doing. Maybe.
Yeah, I guess.
Going for that last archer up there now. So GamesGod is researching Castle Age at the moment. The score
Too bad he lost all his archers before he could upgrade them.
Yeah, that was not good. But he's researching some counter units here, some spearmen, so maybe that'll kind of help out.
He's researching some upgrades. Okay, it's for horses and cavalry, not cavalry, infantry.
Tried to build another watchtower right next to Cyan's base, but scouts noticed it, but they saw these spearmen and retreated. So they don't like those spearmen.
I like that they looks like they evaluate how much damage can they deal or be dealt, because they don't really go 2 scouts against 2 spearmen.
Yeah, that's
nice.
That's pretty effective. And so GamesGod noticed that he didn't cancel it, so he's attempting to finish the watchtower build over here.
I wonder what is he up to. He has some resources. Oh, he's going for pikemen. Look at that. He upgrades these. And looks like he has double barracks now, because he researches both upgrades at once. So he might actually see or take into account what enemy units are. That's really nice.
So having that second TC is really helping GamesGod right now, because he's really getting those villagers out and getting those extra resources while Cyan is still inside feudal age.
And the place for this TC is actually pretty nice. Although there's a mining camp already, it guarantees them to be safe in case of an attack.
So, Kim was saying he queries too many villagers sometimes, which means he sometimes cannot train the scouts. He must, Kimberly must be saying Cyan is training too many scouts at the moment, which might be true. To be seen here.
Okay, these towers are probably going down. Although villagers still keep coming. I wonder if Cyan is going to adapt to enemy having pikemen now. For some reason he makes spearmen, pikes.
Very
spearmen
slow
pikes, I don't really know.
At researching Castle Age. We're 28 minutes into the game and still have not... He must be close though, because he wants to get that last villager out. He has 60 villagers in Feudal Age. Okay, finally...
Oh, that's a lot.
Finally researching Castle. That took a long time for him to... So he's going for the attack, and
I'm not sure if you have noticed, but Cyan has 4 mills surrounded by farms.
Yeah, that's a lot. Good point right there. So that might be a pretty effective farming technique, but it's a lot of wood being, for those mills. So
yeah. There's some action happening in Red Base right now.
Yeah.
What are these scouts doing there?
Yeah, the scouts are attacking. I don't think they're being extremely efficient right now, but they did prevent GameScout from getting, I think, 2 castles here. So
is that a castle?
Yeah, this is GameScout's 3rd attempt at getting up a castle here. So
hi, Maximal.
So stone, GameScout has 242 stone at the moment.
I like that GameScout is building cavalry archers.
Yeah, I saw a couple of those earlier. Pretty useful unit.
I wonder if he's going to build unique units though.
It's hard to say at this point. GameScout has a variety of different strategies he tries to implement.
Yeah.
So the author has said many times that GameScout has multiple strategies that he uses. So over here inside Cyan's base, he's researching some of the knight upgrades over here, and is also training a couple of knights plus some cavalry archers. So
GameScout has more points, but I don't think he could handle the wave of Blue Knights, because he right now has no army and I think 3 rams and that cavalry archer we have seen before.
Yeah, I don't think that he could take it, but this castle is definitely scary.
Yeah. But I think Cyan has some kind of code that prevents them from attacking towers and other buildings if they're not going to win. Maybe he will just dodge this castle, we'll see.
Yeah, I think that'll start. We should start seeing something here in a couple of minutes. He's still researching a couple of knight upgrades, so...
Husbandry, forging... No, it's casting.
Yeah.
At least he has Castle Age.
Yeah. I was getting kind of nervous for him because he was spending so long inside Feudal Age.
This game reminds me of the game of Electricity, where he had so many monks that he was able to pull it off, because none of these players are actually even trying to attack at this point. They're just getting army up and some upgrades.
Yeah, they're really, kind of stockpiling at the moment, the resources, and just whoever has the better economy, I guess, at the moment. So GameScout has 104 villagers, while Cyan only has 72. So that's a large difference right there in resources that villagers are able to collect. So we'll see how efficient the military is, I guess, at the end. That would show which strategy is best.
Cyan has just built an archery range. I wonder if he's going for any archery units. He's researching leather or padded armor right now.
So Cyan is building a castle over here. It looks...
Oh, that's a really nice placement, I think.
Oh! I don't know if he's... Oh!
Is that a double castle?
No, the scouts just came in and just knocked him.
Oh no. Oh.
So GamesGod finally went for the attack. He prevented from the castle from going up, but now the knights are coming in, and it looks like they're going to destroy GamesGod's army here.
If they're going to push forward, they are going to probably win, as long as they don't attack the castle. Oh, all the rams. There's a... Oh. Nice.
So there is a double castle over here by GamesGod. That is scary for whatever units you're sending.
Wow.
No trebs yet. I mean, I don't think we've seen any rams over here inside Cyan's base. So Cyan is building another castle though, so in the meantime, so
as long as Cyan doesn't waste his army on enemy castle, he should be alright. Because he can actually pretty well deny the echo of the red one now. Although he's still under fire.
Knights are dead, but the cav archers... Oh, it looks like he's retreating. Cav archers are retreating back to the... Oh, they want to take care... Well...
Okay, these are some losses. So now the echo advantage for GamesGod might be helpful, but
yeah,
Blue still has some army. I wonder if he's going to get some rams or something like that, or build.
I would hope so. That's kind of. I know that Cyan builds trebs inside Imperial, but he's not to that point yet. So
he's researching masonry, like he would like to go for defense. It's not siege engineers. I don't know if that's Castle Age or Imperial Age for siege engineers, but
so lost a little bit of his army there from GamesGod's push.
Wow, I can see that. If GamesGod changes his strat to knights now, he might have the upper hand now.
Yeah, this is definitely going back and forth. The score difference is huge at the moment. I mean, that's you don't like to see that.
What are these buildings around the castle?
It looks like two town centers.
But for the blue one.
Yeah, 2 town centers.
Oh.
So,
that's pretty weird, though.
He must have a placement, a placement code inside, that he wants his town centers protected by the castle or wherever.
Yeah. He's going for some echo upgrades, though. He's building a wheelbarrow.
Yeah, he's starting to get a lot more villagers in here, but GamesGod has 140 villagers at this point, so he is a long way behind at this point in villager numbers. This could be it, maybe, because this huge army is coming for him, so he's going to lose some of those villagers in here. Unique units from Cyan are coming in.
What are the Han's unique units?
They're the Tarkin.
Okay.
So
the guy with a torch, as far as I remember, but I don't really know what they do. How strong are they?
I I wouldn't say they are too strong, but I still like seeing them as a unit, though, because it's brings some diversity. So that castle is doing some damage. So
yeah, that's helpful.
So compared to the scout, the Tarkin has 10 attack right now versus a regular scout, I think, that has 7. So
I wonder how much damage these mangonels do, and if that damage is friendly fire or killing enemies.
Let's see here.
It's interesting to see the tower built right in front of a castle.
Yeah, that is slightly interesting. It'll give the castle a little bit. Say a ram comes in like this, it'll give.
Look at these flags the red mangonel had.
Yeah, I saw that.
And I think the blue unit actually dodged the mangonel shot. That was actually interesting.
Yeah, I didn't see it connect, but I saw the blue unit die. So that was mildly interesting there as well.
Okay, looks like blue has no army now, actually.
Yeah, it's
maybe it's just a bunch of units.
Pretty desperate.
But GG has no more rams, so this should slow down his attack. Yeah, there's a sneaky above.
Yeah, there was a sneaky ram up who's made it into the town over here. He's going to attack maybe the town center.
Look at these miners. Above the blue TC, there are red miners. I don't know what they are going for.
Oh yeah, I think they're retreating now. I think they were coming to attack maybe the watchtower because they didn't want, they didn't want that watchtower to be up, but the castle prevented them from.
But they were holding pickaxes, so I think they were going to mine something maybe behind the blue base, like maybe. It sometimes happens.
There's a look here. They're mining some. There are some miners up here inside the stone. Maybe they're trying to get this gold. They're really coming into. Oh, here they're mining. They're actually mining inside.
Oh wow!
Inside Cyan's base down here. So.
I wonder if GG got more castles in the meantime.
So.
It looks like the blue has some relics now.
So I'm going to check the chat here. So hello, Maximal Being. Thank you for joining. I'm glad that you're here. And Kim, thank you again for joining. Yeah, there is a very nice unit composition here for both teams. I think the scores. The scores are fairly close at the moment, but
yeah,
I would rather be inside Games God position than Science at the moment.
Yeah, he just needs some siege. If he would not lose his units at the castle, he could actually pull it off right now. He even steals the blue gold behind his base.
Yeah, that's pretty hilarious right there.
And look how many units the red one is building right now, how many are queued.
I mean, yeah, Games God is just pumping out military at the moment, but he's not producing any siege, and if I was on Games God, I'd be saving up for maybe Imperial here and building some trebs or something.
Yeah, that will help.
But he's spending so many resources on troops right now that he's it's preventing
but
him.
I think at this point he has such a strong echo that he denies a lot of enemy villagers. You can see blue villagers swarming around this castle. They are actually doing nothing for Sky, so the advantage should grow up and up, even though he wastes a lot of units.
Here's something interesting. Cyan has just caught up in villagers, so 139, 140 villagers for both teams at this point. So Cyan has taken the lead. Oh,
but his villagers are not working. That's the point. Look at that. How many of them are idle?
Yeah, there's a lot of idle villagers here.
And it looks like he's trying to get his lumber camp down below the base.
Yeah. So GamesGod is attacking that lumber camp.
GamesGod is losing a lot, but I think the echo damage he deals is significantly more important than what the units he loses are worth.
Now I don't know if this is GamesGod is able to target stuff like this, or he was lucky and units just came off in this direction, or what. But it's definitely helping, you know, the strat and his GamesGod AI win. So.
Look, at this point, Blue has denied gold, I think, and part of wood. I wonder how much resources he has and what his pop cap is.
So Cyan built another lumber camp on this back forest back here. Let's see if he's able to do anything with that. And he has another lumber camp up here, so he may use this wood as well. So GamesGod is coming in with rams now, so he finally has siege. This is beginning to look pretty a little bit one-sided in GamesGod's favor at this point.
Oh yeah. Kim just said that you forgot to turn on the 1,500 ages or years thingy.
1,500. We were doing that for the earlier AIs. For these later ones, I think that the problem is with the first round AIs is some of them would not attack. So
look at that. They just refocused. They were attacking the castle, I mean rams, and now they are going for PC or something like that. I wonder why.
But we're to the point where, you know, we don't need the, you know, time in there anymore, because every single AI from this point should be able to attack. Like Marco's AI, everyone saw that Marco had a pretty. He was sending militiamen to attack. So, you know, that's, you know, I think that we can start speeding it up. This is becoming, you know.
Looks like the blue got rid of red villagers mining his gold.
So there we go. Cyan just resigned. So, all right, there goes the first
GG.
First round of the fight. So let's go on to the second round here. So that was a very interesting battle. It felt really close.
Yeah, it could go either way, I think. Boring.
Yeah, it could go fairly similar. We'll have to see. It could go inside Cyan's favor. So.
Yeah, at first I thought he's going to make it because he had enough knights to deal some significant damage to GG's Echo, but they were gone soon after.
So I want to thank you again for joining the stream and being willing to cast with me, Arandi. So
you're welcome.
I appreciate you being willing to do that. So, and thank you everyone else for being willing to tune in and watch the New Blood AI tournament. These newer AIs fight one another. See which one will remain on top. Oh.
Yeah, Kim just said that resign messages are important because they give an AI more character, and I think so. And maybe once I make my own resign script, I'll add some.
Yeah, it's definitely interesting. You know, you can really customize a resign message to, you know, be either serious or funny or just, you know, you could just say GG. And, you know,
Yeah.
but a lot of AIs don't do that. They force you to, you know, fight till last man is standing, so to speak.
Yeah.
Oh.
And speaking of Kim, the Morrigan actually has a lot of messages.
Yeah, the Morgan is a pretty customized AI. So Cheese and Kimberly are both doing a good job with that AI. So
yeah, definitely.
Maybe after this fight, we'll go on to see the Morgan versus Ahu lanes and, you know, see that fight, because I know that some viewers want to see that matchup. So, mainly Kimberly.
I'm not gonna lie, but I'm kind of a fan of the Morrigan because she has scorpions, walls, and some use of militia. That's interesting. It's not like other AIs that spam archers or skirmishers and micro enemy to death. Even though it's successful and pretty effective, I think that the flavor the Morrigan has is pretty nice.
Yeah, that's something special that, you know, the Morgan is, and I think that's kind of what Kimberly's aiming for. She wants, you know, Morgan to be kind of more flavorful, but also, you know, kind of diverse and just not able to do just one thing specialized. The Morgan can do a lot of different things. So
yeah,
diverse. Maybe Kimberly can tell us how long she and Cheese have been working on the Morgan.
Yeah, that's pretty interesting. How long did it take? I know I think there was a note about this on the forum, but I wasn't there for a while. If you could say, Kim, how long did it take for you both to make this AI? I know that Cheese does most of the coding, but you gave the ideas. So how long did it take for you to make it?
Yeah, that would be very interesting if they just started on it when DE came out, or if they were, you know, or what point did they get together and say, yeah, let's work on this AI. So GameScott is in first place right now again. So Cyan just got up into Feudal, so a little bit behind at this point, but maybe can.
What are the villager numbers for both of them? Maybe Cyan just goes for more villagers early on.
Both 25.
Oh.
So Cyan going for that boar, taking it back.
Is that another stable near the blue city? He's building something, but I don't know what that is.
Blacksmith.
Oh yes, that's a stable. And a blacksmith, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So, October 6th, 2020 was the first time I received the alpha script back from the Cheese on Toast.
Interesting.
So this is when you got the script, but so I assume it started earlier.
It was named Celtic AI back then.
Oh, Celtic.
They were still thinking about the name at the time.
Oh. Looks like Blue is chasing the Red Scout, which is pretty nice. If they get him down, he will have much less scouting power.
Yeah, just not.
And just got him.
Yeah. So a second stable going up for Cyan over here.
Does Cyan has more strats, or he usually goes for for stables and cavalry?
Yeah, it looks like he always tends to go for those scouts. we'll see what happens with Games God. He has a couple of militiamen here, but he's not doing those forward. Doesn't appear like he's doing those forward watchtowers or anything like he did last game. So it looks like he's choosing a different strategy.
A spearman is chasing a militia.
Yeah. just was upgraded into man-at-arms here, but still, it looks like he will still get knocked out, well, killed by the spearman.
I might be wrong, but it seems that this man-at-arms is scouting since Red lost his scout.
Yep.
And the spearman is faster because he... I don't know why, but he is faster. Mm-hmm. Was that Squires?
And here goes the...
Another scout.
Yeah. He's scouting with man-at-arms. And I think Blue is scouting with the spearman.
Look, Cyan has the score lead now.
Yep.
First time.
Slightly higher score here.
And there are some units above the blue base near the forest.
Yeah, it's those units that chased down the scout earlier.
Oh, okay.
I don't know what this says here, but GameScott appears to be worried for some reason.
Is the GameScott author from Russia or other Russian language?
I think that he's from Russia, if I remember correctly.
Okay.
So GameScott is attacking, but I don't know how successful those man-at-arms will be. It looks like they were all killed by the scouts.
Yeah, the scouts are doing a great job.
We'll kill that spearman though, so...
Yeah. But he seems to be sending units alone. It's not a mass of units, just one by one, apart from the first wave.
This is not the same strategy that we saw last time for GameScott.
Yeah, he started off with militia, but I think he's slowly adapting to the fact that Blue goes cavalry. He started making spearmen, although they got killed. Maybe they'll get upgraded later on.
This is not looking good for GameScott. It looks like the troops are slowly being guided back to... Well,
oh no.
This is going to be...
That's gonna hurt a lot.
This is gonna hurt.
Coal denied. Probably some wood denied.
Now, doing a little bit of retreating from those spearmen. Cyan doesn't like those spearmen at all.
Definitely. Retreating from Watchtower Fire. Anti-avoid retreat.
There's
Bloodlines research.
I don't know how many spearmen... how many scout cavalry were lost there, but it appears to be a lot. I think...
Oh wow, at least 2, I guess.
I think there were 3. I think there were 3.
Oh wow. At the cost of 2 spearmen, that's a lot.
Yeah.
And Red is building more towers right now.
Those spearmen are really taking out those 2 more gone, just like that. This is... Cyan has to choose a different strategy. Has to choose a different strategy, because that really hurts.
It would be really nice if Blue would make an archery range or 2 and start making archers, so we could see a game of counter against a counter against a counter. That would be pretty nice.
Yeah.
And there goes third tower for GG. I don't know if you have seen it, but yeah, they're building it.
Yeah, they're building that 3rd tower over here, becoming pretty defensive. This is starting to look, like it's going to be in GameScott's favor here. But
slowly but surely, yeah. At least no sneaky lumber camps or mining camps right now.
Something that we need to see from Cyan is, Castle Age, getting up, instead of spending all the resources on cavalry, they need to be saving up so they can get up in the castle, because soon Games God, well, we know that Games God wants to advance into the Castle Age. Because that's when he does his main stuff, but...
Right now he's going forward and backwards because he can see the tower. So he's just going back and forth while Red is building.
Yeah.
Look at that.
He has a pretty large army at this point, but I don't know if they could take all these spearmen.
No, there's too many of them, I think. He'd have to split their forces and attack from two sides, but that should be an echo damage, not fighting his military, like attack and retreat strategy or something like that.
He's about to get into Castle Age, I think, here.
Unless he doesn't save up some gold. Oh, there's some.
And Games God is... Okay, Games God going for the attack. In addition, Games God is researching Castle Age. So this looks like it's going to be one-sided fight here. There's... it looks like everything's glitching out over here.
Oh no. Oh no.
They're running away. They don't want to attack, but they do want to attack. They're kind of attacking. The spearmen have no idea what's going on.
What's going on?
This is a very
disaster. But some units are getting killed. But
yeah, it looks like the fight is starting to happen. Games God researching Castle Age. Cyan researching Castle Age. Again, very close at this point.
Okay, there's some action right now. But are they going after the... What?
Killing a couple of... Well, starting to take out a couple of villagers.
Okay, not so much damage, but there's still something.
Yeah, there was something. I mean, something's better than nothing.
There's some army of red in the blue base right now. I wonder if they're going to be killed by TC or not.
I think they're going for that lumber camp, and yeah, there goes one spearman. It looks like.
Okay, they retreat from the TC. That's nice.
Yeah.
And they actually denied the lumber.
So civilian defense activated. Kill that man at arms. Building another watchtower. Oh, yeah. and he has knights. So
right, both of them are in Castle Age right now, and there's some archery range, which is interesting. Maybe too many spearmen. So many knights.
They're creating some skirmishers at the moment. So, meanwhile, inside Games God's base, let's see what's going on over here. Getting a couple more watchtowers up.
Yeah. The TC is right beside the tower at Red Base.
So, Games God with the what is just behind Cyan, who's winning right now.
Yeah. He already has 5 towers.
Both of these AIs have a lot of towers. So, and Games God just put down another castle over here. Well, one cat. This is his first castle this match, but
yeah, we really need some siege at this point because this many towers can deal so much damage on their own. Cav archers, where?
So Cyan is going for the attack.
Okay, let's see how it goes.
Going to run into the spearmen again, which is going to be painful.
Oh.
Ouch.
But these spearmen can do some damage right now.
Yeah.
One knight goes down, the Cav archer is dead.
Looks like they're going to run into that castle.
Oh no.
couple of those knights are starting to retreat. That was not what I would consider a successful attack.
Turn around, kill that knight.
Ouch. The army is dead. Well, except for 2 skirmishers, but they want to die because they're still attacking. But they're saved by the knights.
Okay, we have similar situation. At this point, this game can still go either way.
Yeah, it's pretty close at this point.
Yeah.
These AIs are definitely...
Have you seen this dodge? The blue scout was dodging the mangonel shot. Nice.
Yeah, that was a good dodge.
But this TC and tower are going to hurt a lot.
Yeah, getting attacked by a TC and a tower really hurts.
Yeah.
But this is good placement of a watchtower right next to the town center like this. This kind of gives some extra defense too.
Imagine red being Teutons. He would have murder halls and the medicine.
Yeah.
And more capacity for the TC for the villages. I think towers as well. Oh, that mango shot.
Definitely seeing a little bit of damage here, but not too much damage to Games God's economy, but definitely Cyan lost a little bit of resources there on the attack. You know, spending all those resources for an unsuccessful kind of attack, really.
Yeah. It did some damage, but as you said, not that much. He lost a lot of knights.
That Mangonel just took out 2 cav archers and 1. It was a good shot right there.
Wow, nice. And there's some fishing.
Yeah, I just saw that. That's interesting.
Oh, and now Cyan is a second one, looking at the score.
Yeah, but now Cyan just got back into first again. Let's do a villager population count. So 116 for Games God and 108 for Cyan.
160 views for Games God?
118. He had 116. But
okay.
So it looks like Games God is going for the attack. His attack might be a little bit more successful because there isn't a castle over here that's really defending Cyan.
But Blue realized that GG is making cav, so he already has pikemen. But that mangonel can do a lot of damage.
Oh,
okay, looks like cavalry prioritizes skirmishes. And pikes got nice down.
He got really after those Games God's troops.
Oh, Mango and Ram. Such a waste of resources.
Starting to build. Will he get to that? Oh. Looks like Games God is continuing to build the attack on the castle even though his villagers are being attacked. He doesn't want the...
Meanwhile, Cyan has a lot of resources. He might be going for Imperial Age. He's pretty close, actually. And just like Kim said, he has more than 1,300 stone. He could build 2 castles at least.
Games God lost his castle. This is looking bad for Games God at this point.
Yeah, but Blue still has no siege. That really hurts him. And actually Red fixed his tower, so TC and tower are still going to deal a lot of damage.
Manga now killing his own villagers.
Oh no. Doubt Castle, yes, Waddle, yes.
Ooh. Manga now killing his own troops now.
Oh no.
Cyan is that mangonel is now attacking, doing a little bit of damage to the... This mangonel is the... I don't know if I should give this...
Oh.
Yeah, this mangonel should
get... biggest traitor.
Yeah, biggest traitor or MVP. We don't know. We don't know yet.
Depending who you're asking. I think Blue is going to be thankful for that mango.
So scores are definitely in Cyan's favor here. Hasn't researched... Oh, look at all those resources Cyan has. But
he just needs to use them. 3,000 wood, 2,000 food, 500... No, it's gold, and 2,000 stone. Wow.
I mean, just...
He could just build forward castles.
Just sell a couple of the resources and get up into Imperial. I mean...
Exactly. 3,000 food in a moment. Okay, he's building some cavalry. He has at least 3 stables at this point.
Let's go check the chat to see what people are... So, let's check the villager count. Waddle is asking about villagers again. So, Cyan has 140, GameScott has 120. Waddle is saying still far away to beat Immortal Siege Onager, which shot 100.
One day, Waddle. One day.
which shot 130 of its own and enemy units. Okay, so yeah, 130 of its own units. So and enemy units. So that is a lot of kills by a single onager. So 130.
Is there a way to count units killed by the other unit? Because I haven't seen it before.
Now I've heard about that before, but I haven't actually seen it myself. That you can actually see how many units that a single unit has killed. But I haven't figured that out for myself. But I've heard there is a way of doing that.
Is that a castle above blue units?
Yes, this is another castle.
Oh boy! Oh no!
So that's kind of...
Oh no!
That's gonna hurt.
Okay.
So, Science.
Oh, okay. Capture age. Waddle just said that capture age allows you to count units.
But is that a paid feature, Waddle, or is that a regular feature of capture age? So, Cyan going for the attack again. Chasing this kind of division of spearmen who are chasing the skirmisher.
Once they kill the skirmisher, they're going to turn around and kill the cavalry.
Yeah.
Yeah. Almost 3,000 stone for blue.
Yeah. That's a lot. That's a lot of stone, but no castle. No castle. What is he trying? What is he doing with all that stone? Just hoarding it to himself, or
almost 7,000 lumber? Amazing. Where's the market? Oh, there is a market.
Yeah, the market, right there.
Maybe Blue is bugged because it doesn't know where to place the castle. I think it is. It was the classic version of Up, which is free but can be donated toward. Oh, I see. But looks like someone's been selling food, because the price of food is pretty low.
Yeah.
It would be nice to see Imperial Age and Cavaliers or even Paladins. I don't really know what kind of upgrades these factions have, but that would be nice.
I don't know if Cyan's going to research Imperial Age at this point, because
He keeps spending just enough gold to keep it below 800. And at some point he's going to run out of gold. And the red one is attacking, actually.
Yeah, GamesGod is attacking at the moment. I don't think it's going to be very successful, but he is attacking. There's rams are coming in, but just a waste of gold.
Always late to the party.
Always late to the party.
Oh no, the train is going to derail.
Oh, but still guarded by these two castles. That's a lot of knights right there. Whew.
Yeah, oh wow.
That's
about 20?
There are 26 units right there and 21 units there, so this is a pretty heavy assault.
If they would focus villages, that would hurt a lot, because not all of them are going to be inside of the CC, but there's a castle.
So, is killing a couple of the villagers here. Doing some damage here. I wouldn't say that this is a minor amount of damage. This is definitely hurting.
Kim just said that there's no Imperial Age. For a second I've seen that Cyan had more than 800 gold, but he didn't really research it, so maybe he never goes for Imperial Age.
I've seen Cyan research Imperial Age previously.
Oh,
but
maybe he needs more, some sort of escrow.
So I don't completely understand why he's not researching Imperial at this point, but
almost 9,000 lumber.
Definitely.
Yeah, he has the buildings. He has many. Wait, maybe he doesn't.
He has. No, he doesn't have. He doesn't have any Castle Age buildings, so not capable of researching.
RTC is considered as a Castle Age building.
I don't believe having an extra TC counts as having a Castle Age building. It has to either be a monastery or
university.
Yeah, or a siege workshop.
Rorik just said that TCs are not considered a Castle Age building.
Right, they're not. So.
Such a shame. But on the other hand, GG is not going for Imperial Age. I don't know how much resources he has, but...
Definitely made a comeback in score. He was at 10,000 and now he's at 12,000, so he was able to do a little bit of damage. What I think happened with Cyan is when his castle wasn't placed, that might have impacted his build order. And so he never built his university or his siege workshop or other Castle Age building. And so he's never going to research Imperial. That's what I think occurred.
Was he even trying to build a castle? Because I don't really remember that.
Well, inside the first round, we saw that Cyan did have a castle.
Yeah.
So I'm thinking that, like someone else said inside the crowd, that he didn't know where to place his castle. So that...
A sneaky monk is going with a relic. I thought for a second that knight is going to chase him down, but he didn't.
I didn't see that. Where do you see the monk?
Near his main TC. The red one. Okay, he went fast, I think.
Yeah. So back to the battle. GamesGod is retreating with retreated with some of the units. So let's speed things up because
this can take a while.
Yeah,
it's already 1 hour.
Yeah, but let's go ahead and speed things up here. See what's going to happen.
But it looks like Red is slowly getting more and more military, although they are keep getting killed once and again. Slowly he gets more and more. At some point it might be enough to push forward. And with Rams and Mangonels that he already has. Oh, okay, some resources are denied.
GamesGod is attacking, but Cyan is still putting up a defense. Neither AI is inside Imperial. Still at 110, well, 1 hour and 10 minutes.
And no unique units this time.
Yeah, definitely.
4,200 stone.
Both AIs are sharing, well, for a moment there, I thought I saw both AIs working on that gold up there, but...
Actually, oh, wait, no. What a chaos.
Yeah.
Rams going forward and backwards. If Red has some army to support his Rams, he might deal some heavy damage now.
Looks like GamesGod might.
Yeah, Kim just said that if Blue would not have bugged out, it could have win.
Yeah.
And maybe he will.
Problem is,
no.
The Rams.
Okay, Rams are going in.
This is looking bad.
Okay, first tower is down.
Yeah. GamesGod is into the town now.
Okay, it's over, I think.
This will be over very, very soon. Town center goes down. This is a GamesGod victory.
Oh well, Kim. No Sky this time.
So, good job, the GamesGod. We'll call it here.
I really like the fact that both AIs adapted to enemy units. Because the Blue started with scouts. He then built some archers, spearmen, or skirmishers, and so on. But in the end, it's GG that won.
So that was a good fight right there. So two wins for GamesGod. So he proceeds into facing the general.
Oh wow!
So Leaf will be challenging Kingdom ZZ GamesGod inside the round 3 fight there. So meanwhile, let's go watch the Morgan versus Ahu lane here, because individuals would prefer to see.
That's going to be a good one.
I don't know. It seems pretty one-sided in my opinion, but
we'll see.
Okay, so Morgan versus Ahu lane. Now these two have fought before in the past in some private matches, but I will not spoil any results here. But let's see how they work. So everything.
Don't start the game because Kim is saying something about wait. What is it, Kim? Are you sure you chose the correct version?
Yes. Morgan.
Why do you doubt, though?
The Morgan has two different versions. The one with the correct naming convention and the one with the symbol. There are two different versions currently. So if you look.
So which one is the right one?
The right one was the one that called the Morgan AI early build. So yes. I know that this is the right version, but
Is the difference with I? Oh, I think.
Yeah, it's the I that's above it. See,
okay.
Inside the other one, if you actually look, the Morgan other one has the weird I version. So
Don't say weird.
Well, it's the non. Okay, that maybe not the correct wordage right there. I don't know. The non-standard eye. So.
The non-standard one is the correct one. Just Kim said. She just checked.
So
no dot, but a comma.
So I've just noticed this, that the Morgan Kim, when I just downloaded the Morgan AI in the background here again. So inside your latest package, the AI file doesn't match the name of the per file. So the per file has the I that is non-standard, and the AI file has the name that is standard. The standard
I think Kim was talking about this at the scripting discussion at some point, and she said about changing it to normal I think, or something like this.
Yeah, it doesn't matter as long as they're the same. So I didn't. So let's go ahead and I'll replace it. So that was a good catch. Thank you for that. So I wouldn't have done that without her saying something. So let's go and I'll change it into the background. So here, I'll have to just give me 1 second here. Just trying to find the profile and give me 1 moment while I set it up.
Kim just said that you are correct. The AI file is wrongly named. So the per file has the correct name, while the AI file is wrongly named.
Okay. Well, I will correct it inside it. So So if I if I get out here and just I go down to the Morgan with the other naming convention, then it should be fine. So.
Do you need to go to the main menu? Oh, okay.
I just did. Okay. So Celts versus Mines. Thank you again, Kim, for that catch. So we almost used the older version. So let's go ahead and get started and see. Celts versus Mayans. Everything else looks good, so we should get started.
Good luck.
Good luck to both.
Wait a second, you could... Oh no, okay, it's fine.
So 2 houses coming up for the Morgan.
So 1 turkey is actually scouting right now, which is nice. Ahulain goes for 1 house.
Yeah. Both AIs doing their normal early stuff here. We'll see if Ahulain can get some troops out before the Morgan attacks, or what will happen here. It's been a while since these 2 AIs have battled each other, but we'll have to see what happens.
Is Ahulain taking up and going fast castle before building any units?
Yeah, he will start researching Castle Age before he produces units.
Okay.
So we'll see if he's capable of what will happen with that.
Morrigan had 2 strats, right? One of them was D-Rush, and the second one was... No D-Rush, let me say that. But one of these had walls, right?
Yeah, let's hope for the non-Dark Rush strategy, but but maybe we'll get to see some of both. So.
Okay, looks like Morrigan is going to hunt a boar, while the scout keeps pushing more and more ibex.
Yeah, so boar goes down for the Morgan. Over here, still doing a little bit of gathering with the sheep.
Morrigan is researching a loom.
Yeah.
All sheep are gone.
All sheep are
Ahulain is
gone.
ready.
For Ahulain.
It looks like the Morrigan is going to lure another boar.
Farm goes up for Ahulain.
Somehow the Morrigan is behind in the score. I thought she would have the advantage, but no. Maybe because of that mill.
Building the barracks, so that should help catch up. I wouldn't count, the Morgan out of the race just yet.
No, definitely
not.
Oh, Kim just said that it's scouting for Ahulain because she was pushing the deer, so she didn't really scout at that point.
So, Kim, if you want to join us on the stream, we can maybe set something in the background if you actually want to talk with Arandi and myself maybe about it. So up to you whether you want to talk about the Morgan at all.
I'm totally fine. Yeah, Rory just said that early score is pretty deceiving. He's right there.
Yeah, definitely a deceiving. So it looks like I'm producing militiamen here for the Morgan.
We might see a deer rush.
So they're going for the attack. Over here inside.
Yep, they are.
Stole one of Ahulain's sheep. Building a mining camp.
Oh no, oh no.
Ahulain gets his sheep back. So no worries about the sheep. And building an extra lumber camp. But these...
Kim just said that she can join for now, but she doesn't know how long she could talk because her roommate might come back anytime.
Okay, okay. Let's see here. If we can, let's watch this one part with the militiamen, maybe. And
I hope they don't die to the TC. Oh no, please don't. No, just go up.
So this will activate the civilian defense, probably. Because Ahulain doesn't like when the militiamen go for the attack. It does hurt Eco, but
they might get a kill though.
Yeah, they'll probably kill one or two of these. Oh, that one villager is really in trouble. Ahulain building building a lot more farms over here.
So looks like there's a rule that if can't get berries, build more farms.
There might have been a little bit of luck in there somewhere. But we'll have to see. So
it looks like because of the TC, militiamen are going back and forth, but at this point it's actually beneficial for them because they deny berries.
Looks like the militiamen are a little bit confused at the moment what to do.
Yeah, that TC.
Okay, let's get the Morgan creator on the phone here. If I can set it up in the background. Arandi, I'll need to friend you, so you need to friend each other. So.
Okay, let me see.
Yeah, I sent you a friend request.
I did the same, so we should be okay. Are we?
Are we friends? I don't
yes,
see.
Looks like it.
Okay, let's see. There we are. Okay, so and then Kim. Take a look.
Meanwhile,
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, Ahulain is building archery.
Okay, give us 1 second while I will call right back. We'll be right back.
Okay.
Okay, we're back. So, all right. So, hello, Kim. Thank you for joining.
Hello.
Hi.
Hey. So, thank you for joining and watching the fight and talking about your AI. So, right now, Ahulain is a little bit ahead.
Yeah, that's because Morrigan's probably has already clicked up to Castle Age, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah, looks like it.
Ahulain is researching Castle, and Morgan are both researching Castle at the moment.
So yeah, I think Morrigan's definitely gonna win this one because scorpions.
Yeah.
if she had chosen a Man-at-Arms, I think you would have a very good chance at winning.
Well, that's nice of you to say, but you like to make me feel good, but regarding my
I don't. I don't. But Man-at-Arms strategies really sucks against archers. Sometimes Morrigan can actually even lose against the HD AI and stuff like that if she chooses that one. So yeah, nah.
So researching the bow saw over here for the Morgan. So Ahulain is just about to reach Castle Age. So and getting the crossbow research. So
I'm not sure if you have seen, but the Morrigan sold some wood for gold and then did the reverse thing. Sold gold for the wood.
That's a problem still we have. Yeah.
So
he sells lots of stuff and then buys it back when she reaches Castle, actually.
Oh, okay.
So producing some scorpions and producing a second TC over here and for the Morgan. Over in Ahulain's territory, not seeing too much yet. Let's see what's going on.
Is Morrigan building double TC or just one of them?
Oh, there's for the Morgan, they've got the second TC over here, and I don't see a third TC yet. So able to get those extra villagers out there.
Oh, and that's a monastery. Yeah, I I actually was pushing Cheese to build a very early monastery because relics are very important.
Yeah,
in 1v1.
Relics are very, very important. That's something that I wanted Ahulain to be able to produce as well.
I'm not even building a monastery. But I've seen in the game that was played 2 days ago or 3 days ago that one of the AIs had a total score of gold collected like 30,000 gold, while 1/3 of it was thanks to the relics. So yeah, relics are really, really important. 1/3 of the gold you could collect was from relics. Amazing.
So troop.
Yeah, and monks are. Sorry.
No, please.
Yeah, monks are like her third favorite unit in this composition because she uses them to counter basically knights and all the other units that are like easily converted. So yeah, she likes to spam them if she needs to.
So military-wise, the Morgan has about 9 troops, and Ahulain has about 20 here. So is getting some archer upgrades going on. So let's see what the chat has to say because we want them to participate. So Rourke says that you can have a really high score early by holding. And then said Waddle said is cheering on the Morgan. So the Morgan has definitely has some fans in the crowd, so to speak.
Yeah.
No.
And actually, Ahulain has double archery range. So
Oh, you have some eagle scouts. I like that.
Yeah, that's something that I've implemented since I've done a lot of updates since Ahulain last faced off with the Morgans. So that's
good because eagle scouts can be
but
they can be actually scary to Scorpion
well, I don't.
if you upgrade them.
He builds them in very limited numbers at this point because when he's researching Castle Age, he wants to be able, and he sees, a lot of other archers or skirmishers or something like that, then he wants to be on, the defense with the Eagle Warriors and Eagle Scouts. So,
what's the will difference here?
No, what? So 65 versus 50 villagers for right now for Morgan versus Ahulain. I mean, this is a huge number of villagers. Difference-wise. So 67 versus 51.
But Morrigan didn't train a single monk the entire time. She's just training it now, and you actually get yours out first. Crazy.
Oh.
So it has 3 TCs. I didn't see where
There's a monk over there. I'm not sure if you have seen it. There's one at least near the Scorpions.
Yeah, and it just came out now. It just was trained now, but yeah, crazy. Okay, I guess I need to look into that.
So I don't see that Ahulain has any monks out yet.
She had just trained one. I saw it in the queue.
It looks like Ahulain is going for the attack.
Oh wow, that can hurt. I'm not sure if Morrigan has units.
This might do a little bit of damage, but I see that Morgan is going for the...
The scary thing is the ram, actually, because the ram is so strong against Scorpions. And I don't have Spearmen yet, I don't think.
Yeah, but this many Scorpions should easily obliterate these archers.
Yeah, these archers, but the ram is still scary, I think.
It doesn't do much damage to them?
That's
unfortunate.
So the villagers are coming in here.
Rams one-shot Scorpions.
But is it going to target them?
Yeah, should.
So it looks like Ahulain is retreating from the TC.
Yep. One down.
Nice.
So kills a couple of villagers. The Scorpions.
The Scorpion snowball exists. Going forward.
Ahulain getting wrecked by the Scorpions.
Waddle just said that, oh boy, so many Scorpions, and before that he said that he gave a sheep to Ahulain unintentionally.
Oh, this is...
Oh
no. Beautiful.
No! Just kidding. I'm glad that, the Morgan was able to put up such...
Okay. Yeah, that's what Scorpions are good at, like...
Good job to the Morgan. I'm glad to see that it's working so well.
What was that ram doing, man?
He was indecisive.
What is the condition for Scorpions to attack in this AI?
Probably military troop advantage. I don't know.
Okay.
So one mangonel against these Scorpions would do a lot.
There's
splash damage and like half of them are gone.
Oh no, there's 4 archers.
Odette has a anti-Scorpion strategy in which she just trains rams and mangonels.
Looks like a couple of
one down.
Additional rams are coming in here. Oh, instead of going
I
for...
remember Kim saying that she hates rams, but she's doing them on her own.
I hate rams, yeah. Enemy rams. My Rams are good Rams.
Your Rams are
Oh,
good
yeah,
Rams.
yeah.
Mangonels, I hate my own and the enemy ones because Mangonels friendly fire is just not fun.
It looks like a few of these Rams might be destroyed or whatever by the... Ahu Lanes.
Oh, MVP Ram, what the fuck?
Turn around, guys. There they go.
Okay, that Ram could have killed like so much more.
Yes, that was unfortunate. Here comes another Ram. Looks like a couple more.
Oh, your food! You have 2,000 food.
Wow. Imagine having scouts at this point.
Mayans don't have stable.
Oh, right. Yeah. Okay, looks like Morrigan is going after farms. Priority.
Looks like Ahu Lane is slowly trying to get, but the score difference is high. Let's speed this up. I think we understand what's about to occur here.
Oh, come on, I love seeing enemies die slowly.
Imagine this would be a captain with splash damage. Just
Now you
Waddle
can't
just dead.
Just speed it up, it's okay.
Yeah, we're speeding it up. I think we get the picture here. So Ahu Lane...
Does she have the Furor Celtica tech yet?
Which tech?
She just reached
the
Imperial
HP.
Age.
40% more HP for Siege.
And there goes Capped Rams.
It looks like Ahu Lane was attempting to research Imperial Age before he died.
Oh no.
Oh.
Could you check Morrigan's castle?
Sure.
We know what's happened in the red base.
Okay, there we go. So good game to the Morgan first round there. That was well played.
Yeah.
Let's go ahead and set up the second game.
Yeah, and let's hope to see the other strat.
Before you finish the game, could you check if Morrigan has collected any relics?
Oh, I forgot. I already.
Never mind.
I was already out of the match, but you said you're a little bit behind me. So, setting up with the proper Morgan file. So,
you could edit the names and say that one of them is the older.
Yeah, so I like to keep old versions, but sometimes things happen and everything. So, so we're going to set it up the same way. Maybe see something a little bit different this time. Who knows?
Good luck.
I hope so.
Good luck to both players, or both AIs. It wasn't a total...
Josh again.
Oh.
Oh. I love long swords. Almost as much as Scorpion. I wanted to see them.
Maybe in the next round.
Maybe in the next game.
Unless...
Oh, unless Ahu Lane wins?
Exactly.
Who knows what will happen? Who knows?
After watching several games, I can see that it's really often up to the point when one of the AIs decides when to attack, because there's a time when one AI has the advantage, and if it doesn't attack at this point, it's not going to be there anymore.
So
like TC Boom or something like that.
So, Cam, are you okay with us speeding up this match a little bit inside Dark Age for a little bit, so we don't have to
Yeah, until the Drosh comes out,
Yeah.
because the Drosh is micro.
Okay. We'll speed up just a tiny bit here, and then we'll slow it back down after we see the barracks go up. Morgan. So deer hunting for, deer luring for
The Morrigan.
Good work there. That is impressive.
Getting a lot of food at no cost.
Okay, so we have to slow it back down here. Barracks are about to go up.
How does Ahulane's base looks like? Because the last time it was pretty good for Morrigan the way the buildings were set, but maybe this time it's not going to be so easy for her
Probably
to attack.
gonna be even worse.
So
Yeah, it looks worse with the gold. Oh.
The gold is behind, but the small pile, while there's
this is
there
good.
yeah.
Stone and gold right next to each other, so one mining camp will be enough. If he ever gets the mining
Yeah,
stone.
but the Morrigan will target that one.
Yeah.
The villagers there.
I think the militia just left the base, so we might see it in a moment. Berries might be denied.
Berries aren't that important though most of the time, because they're so slow to collect anyways, and unless you're like Franks, yeah, you don't really require them. You can build like 2-3 farms to, and yeah, it's okay, I think. Also, they seem scared.
So something very similar to the first game occurring here with the so Morgan is researching Feudal Age. Let's check out. Well, both AIs are researching Feudal Age at this point. Fairly close in going up into Feudal Age and going up into Castle Age, really.
26 villagers.
The only real problem is that scorpions just counter you too much, That's the only problem here. For your AI, I think. I think you could be doing really good.
Ahulane just sent a message.
What were
I found you.
Yeah. It was I found you, smiley face. So what were you about to say, Kim? I'm sorry for
interrupting. Sorry, I came.
Yeah, I was saying that if a Morrigan wouldn't go for scorpions here, she would be. I think your AI could be really doing so well. Like, if you would go for, say, lots of archers, and I would go for Void Raiders, for example, or the Men at Arms, then I think you would be just destroying them.
Are those strategies in equal percentage, or is it like 50, or is it like 70-30, or is it 80-20?
I obviously didn't want my AI to choose the worst strategy a lot of times. Because seriously, it's in almost all cases the worst strategy. So it's like, I think 50%, 15% chance.
50-50.
Go for Men at Arms.
Waddle just said that he loves hearing the voices of different people. It gives much more identity to the name. He hasn't checked out most of the first stream. Was there someone else apart from Screaming Goose? There was electricity. Who else?
So the Morgan. I thought I saw somebody researching Castle Age. Who's researching Castle Age here? It's the Morgan. Morgan's researching Castle Age at the moment. So
Fireball just came. Hi, Fireball.
That's a good Castle Age time.
Yeah, Ahulain is a little bit behind at this point. But we'll still be able to produce a few troops.
But Rush is still alive.
Did you improve the Drush? Because I think in the previous games...
We only did a bit, since I think in the last 3 months we only improved it a tiny bit.
Uh-huh.
Mostly the scouting it does, to find more camps.
Okay. Because I remember one game when the Drush has stopped on the trees somewhere before the base and it was going forward and backward. I don't really know what has happened there, but yeah, it was totally stopped by trees.
So the Morgan is up inside Castle Age now. These few militiamen over here have interrupted. They don't have very much HP left, but...
So she's rushing the monastery again. Let's see if she actually trains a monk. Because last time she didn't for like 10 minutes.
So there go the other two militiamen. They did a pretty good job at interrupting the economy.
Yeah, they did great.
Also, hi, Fireball.
Hello, Fireball. So, for the last match of today, maybe we'll let's see, let me see the brackets. Let's do Fireball versus Silver Tongue. And so, Shadow versus... I know it's a round 3 fight, but people want to see it. We'll get some more of the round 2s tomorrow or some other day. So Ahulain researched crossbow. Morgan with the second TC. This is very similar to the first game for both AIs. I think Ahulain was a little bit...
Still doesn't have a monk. This is bothering me. This is... I hate it.
Oh, wait. No.
There is one.
Oh, Mr. Monk. Glad to see you. Aww. And you brought a present.
And he's going after another one.
I don't like seeing those presents being brought back to the other side.
Waddle just asked, why is the blacksmith of Ahulain so far?
That is a good question. Probably because Ahulain's being stupid. Ahulain...
That's a good explanation.
We once had a bug with the monks, and they tried to act offensively with the relics in their hands. So they attacked with the relics in their hands.
Wow.
It wasn't working that well.
But probably increasing the town size here, because it's Castle Age, may have an impact on this. So
imagine Archer being made in time and stopping this monk.
No, don't say it. don't jinx it.
He's going to run away.
He's going back to the town center to organize.
Lucky.
So just a question, if you create a monk, is he going automatically after the relics, or you need some code?
He will automatically... I think that he'll automatically chase down the relics, right?
Yeah, but you can also make him do it with your own code. Like, if you know there's like a castle in the way, you can make him move around and then.
Oh, I see.
Things like that. Because
is the monastery a gather point for scorpions?
I think they just gather around the last building that was built. No, I don't know.
Okay.
I actually know.
The numbers are going up.
It's interesting that she doesn't have to train any spearmen in this matchup because you don't have cap.
Yeah.
So garrisoning some troops over here for Ahulain. He's nervous about seeing all those troops inside.
Whoa, there's so many of them.
Yeah, he's afraid. He's very afraid. As he
Imagine
should be.
the archery, as Waddle is saying right now, imagine the archery range was a monastery next to the relic and the Morrigan stole it right from the door. Yeah.
So I almost want to speed it up a little to see if we can start seeing some of the action, but I think we should hold off for a little bit longer. The scores are what they are. Morgan is, of course, winning. So...
But as Electricity has proven in one of the games he had, the score is nothing until the first battle happens. Because his monks got him like 3,000 points. It was amazing.
So,
okay, Kim said that she
yeah,
had to leave. Thank you for coming, Kim, and see you next time, I guess.
Yeah, thank you, Kim, for coming. We enjoyed having you on the stream. And good luck to the Morgan in future battles. Assuming that she beats Ahu Lane.
Oh, we'll see that.
So Ahu Lane is going for the attack. Might be a little bit early, but he has a lot of troops.
He just needs to spread them so that the Scorpions don't do more damage than they should. And actually killing that scout could be a nice thing.
Killing a few... Looks like he's chasing down a couple.
Oh no, oh no. But if she has to fight Rehoboam, which is most likely, she would have a short winning spree. That's what Jaskim said.
So, Morgan is researching Imperial Age.
Oh.
Ahu Lane should have waited to attack until he had all of his upgrades, but Ahu Lane has a rock. He's bringing it back. So scores are vastly different at this point. So let's speed it up a little bit because we know what's going to happen here. Because we're psychic.
Exactly.
If you're wondering, crowd.
Okay, so what Jaskim said, the Scorpions really seem to gather at the point where the last building was built. And actually she started to build spearmen and actually getting upgrades. Oh no, oh no. Oh, these monks.
Yeah, poor Ahu Lane.
I don't know what this blue monk is doing though. Oh, he got a relic.
So GG to Ahu Lane, and is starting to build his back.
Kim just asked if you could click on the Scorpion. She probably wants to see if they have Führer Celtica.
So there.
70 health. I don't really know how much they should have without it.
Okay, let's call this fight for now. I think we know who the victor is. So good job to the Morgan.
Waddle is taunting Fireball to join the call. He said that he hasn't heard Fireball's voice yet.
That's totally up to Fireball if he wants to join or if he does not want to join. Fireball, would you want to join us? See if the Shadow will win or if he will lose against Silver Tongue. Fireball says he's okay, so let's go ahead. I think that we're friends. Let's set up a group with Fireball included. Yeah, I'm friends with Fireball. So, yeah, let me see.
So many friends.
Let me see. All right. Okay.
Kim.
I'm going to end this this call, and then we'll do the other fight. So. Okay, welcome back, Arandi. Hello,
Hey.
Fireball. How are you doing?
Hello?
Hey!
Can you hear me?
Yep, can hear you. How are you doing today?
I'm doing pretty good.
That's good.
Wow, this is cool.
Thank you for coming on today. We're glad to have you here. So
Waddle is happy.
so we'll do your fight right now since you're on the call, even though it's a round 3 fight, because we want to have participation, and it's your AI and we want you to be there for your battle. So let's go ahead and select. I'm looking for Fireball. I was like, where is Fireball? I don't see Fireball on the list. No. Okay, so Shadow, there it is, and he's challenging Silver Tongue. So now Rorik was saying that Silver Tongue plays Vikings pretty well. So are you nervous at all about seeing this matchup, Fireball?
The audio's a little messed up.
No, the audio is a little bit messed up.
Yeah, like it's repeating.
On your Google, you have to turn down your volume, because on the stream you have to it's probably coming through on the stream, so you have to turn that one down, and only keep your Discord volume up. So inside the volume, like, turn down your Google Chrome or whatever browser.
Oh, okay.
So it'll stop repeating.
Double
All right.
ranking, is it?
Okay.
Nice.
So is it still repeating for you?
No, that fixed it.
Okay, great. So let's go ahead and get started here. So we have, for those that just joined or just joined now, we have the creator of Shadow, Fireball, on as a co-caster with us right now, a guest speaker, and we're challenging Rorik's Silver Tongue. We'll have to see how it plays out. Last match of the day, folks. So let's get started.
Is Rorik still there? Are you there, Rorik?
No, I saw him a couple of minutes ago.
I don't think he would like to miss that.
If I had thought about it, I should have included both of you on there. That might have been too many people. But it's good to have you here.
I don't think he is there right now.
I'm glad that you're here, Fireball, being able to witness this battle. So,
Can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you.
The connection just went out.
Oh.
All right.
So, I know that you've gone through multiple iterations of Shadow.
Yep.
And you've been programming it. When did you say it started again? Did you say it started 2 years ago, or just 1 year ago, or?
I'd say 2 or 3 years ago, probably.
2 or 3.
But back then I didn't really know much of anything.
So if you had to, say who kind of helped guide you along the way, one person, around the community, and I know this is really hard and stuff, who would you say, was your main helper and support and everything when you had questions and everything?
Okay. That's a good question. I think I would probably say Leaf, maybe. Leaf Erickson is the most helpful.
Yeah, Leaf has definitely helped me a lot too. I mean, definitely reached out to him a lot. He's been extremely helpful, and getting off the lane where it is and whenever questions. So he's definitely been around the community for a long time and everything. So
I'd also say maybe also Esty.
Yeah.
He was definitely helpful.
Yeah, Esty's really helpful too. No, same thing for me. So it's definitely helpful having so many good, veterans around the community helping everyone. So. So.
And.
Oh yeah.
I'd also say the Max. Even though I never asked him directly, a lot that I learned was from looking at Barbarian's code. That's how I learned a bunch of stuff. So I'd say also him.
Now, his code is kind of hard to read, and I don't think I'm alone in saying that. So.
It's true, but I didn't know that when I was reading it.
They didn't tell you that you can't do it, so you did it.
Yeah, exactly.
So you caught on fairly quickly on how to script and everything, faster than most other individuals. So, were you working on any other AIs before Shadow, or was Shadow your absolute first AI?
Yeah, I guess I just decided just to make one as good as I could, and so I've just been always improving Shadow, although he was way different as I started with him.
Yeah, and you can really see that, and I play with Shadow Zero a lot now, and seeing the strategy is totally different. So.
Kim's pointing out that Shadow's scout is stuck. I think he's having a problem with deer luring.
He has that tree deer luring issue where he got caught in the tree. That's gonna hurt.
Yep.
That's totally.
Yep, I haven't.
Yeah.
Oh no.
That's just one of those things with deer luring that is a total possibility, and I've seen that. So Spirit of Law has videos on deer luring, and you can see, that happening with.
So unfortunate, but you can't really predict everything, sadly.
Yeah, well, I have an idea that maybe Shadow, if his scout isn't moved for a long time, then he backs away to let the deer get out. But I haven't decided to put that in yet.
That's pretty genius right there. So yeah.
We'll see. It's not a very high priority right now. I've got to focus on beating Rehoboam first.
So who you're kind of nervous about? You're kind of nervous about Rehoboam. Are you nervous about Immortal at all?
Well, since I have to beat Rehoboam to get to Immortal, I think Rehoboam is first.
Why should I worry about the first one when I need to beat the second one first?
But I do think that Rehoboam is stronger on DE right now than the Immortal.
So regarding other AIs that you could see as a potential threat, do you see Odette or the General being a threat at all to Shadow winning the tournament?
I think they can both be dangerous. I'm not sure if they've been updated since I tested with them, but I definitely think they can be dangerous.
Well, we'll just have to see who wins those brackets. And see who eventually...
Brutus has made it. Brutus made it to Feudal Age.
Yeah, I saw that Silver Tongue is not too far behind Shadow.
Is the scout free now? Yes.
So, one thing I was going to point out is that Shadow doesn't say handicapped on DE anymore. I realized that was kind of a little extreme to make him say that he was handicapped, since he's nearly as good. So, I did a little update so he doesn't say that anymore, with a few other changes.
I know a lot of individuals were, asking why he was saying handicapped still when he's playing so well. So, so this is looking scary for Silver Tongue. We might be, if this is really quick and fast, we might play an additional fight maybe. We'll
See how the archers do.
The question is, did they spot the lumber camp? If so,
Uh-oh.
Oh, they're going after it.
Oh boy. Oh, here are the archers.
Yeah, this definitely hurts. Ouch. Yeah, this is...
Yeah, this is gonna be tough. It looks like a bunch of Silver Tongue's resources are forward too, so...
But at least he managed to clear the bushes, the fruit bushes first.
That's true.
So he no longer needs to get there, but still that lumber camp may hurt. And he just spotted gold. Oh no.
Oh. Okay. So what Shadow does is his army doesn't care about mining camps or any kind of drop sites. It'll just circle around the enemy's town no matter what. And I have him go out a little far just in case there are farther lumber camps, but he won't go toward camps.
As toward, you mean he's not going after the camps, I mean damage them, or they are not the points of interest at all?
So if he sees villagers, then he will track down the villagers, but you can see he doesn't care about staying near camps, he just circles around the enemy's town.
I think Rehoboam does the same, and it's actually pretty effective since you don't need your units to stay there and waste their time, keep searching for more prey, right?
Mm-hmm. Uh-oh. The other gold mining camp is on that side.
So a couple of villagers are going out to this farther lumber camp over here, and he's built another mill over there. See if he can recover it all, but this is looking...
It's almost 500 points of difference already.
Yeah, I think we should start speeding it up. This is looking kind of one-sided. Let me know.
Although I must say that I really like that Brutus made another lumber camp once his lumber camp got denied, so that's really nice.
I don't think Shadow will find that one, so that's really good.
I think it has found it with a scout.
Oh, really?
Yeah, for a second I think there was a scout over there.
Let's see.
They might be after it right now.
So he does know that there's a lumber camp up there.
Okay.
So
nice.
We'll just keep it on.
Yeah, looks like it.
So Shadow's skirmishers won't go over there, but his archers will. They go for the nearest drop site to them. So they might eventually make their way over there.
It looks like they're already going for it. Now, do they attack lumber camps, or do they just ignore those and just go for the villagers?
Yeah, they will go to the nearest lumber camp, and then if there's nothing there, then they will retarget to the next nearest, and so on.
Is it possible for them to jump between the two only, or they keep going to the next and next and next?
They remember the last 3 camps that they've been to, I think, and they won't go back to those ones. But once the fourth one, then they will come back to the first one again.
That's nice.
That's really cool coding that you have inside there.
Barbarian actually does the same thing with his group, so I kind of based the code off of that.
Why would you change it if it's working, right?
Yeah. So is Brutus trying to get to the Castle Age right now?
Let's see. He's just producing archers. I think this is a good time to speed it up.
Is that a market?
Yeah, it went down. So let's speed it up a little bit here.
Yeah, Waddle, I agree. I think the Archer raiding group made Shadow quite a bit better. Like up until that point, other AIs could compete with his main army, but the Archer raiding group adds another dimension to his attack and can take out villagers all by itself, kind of weakening the opponent from behind.
It's also a great distraction because at some point enemy main army may go after 6 archers, while your main army does the main job at the town center or around it.
So there goes game 1 right there.
Well played.
Good game.
So that was pretty swift right there for Shadow.
Silvertongue said that Shadow has won the hearts of the people. I like that.
Kim already appreciated that message.
Oh. At some point, I intend to make Shadow have some more personality to him, adding some more chats and stuff. But for now, that's not my main goal.
Yeah, I did that at the
Victory
end.
first, right?
I did that with Ahu Lane with some of the resign messages and stuff like that. So, as you know, I like prototype AIs, and for when I was going back and researching, there was an unused per file that had resign rules inside of it with resign messages, and I included that inside Ahu Lane.
Oh.
So there was a prototype AI that was never released, and so whenever you see Ahu Lane's resign messages, it's one of those from the prototype. So it had
I'm not sure if you have seen though, sorry for interrupting, but Shadow said that if you want to perform a crush, type something before the 60 seconds pass.
I'll try not to interfere with anything because this is this is how the Shadow.
That is from as I designed Shadow to be able to play team games. The pockets will go for knights, so I kind of incorporated that into a strategy where if you want to test him versus a crush, and you can, he by default he will go for skirmishers, but you can choose to make him play crush. Maybe in the next update I will improve the crush so that it's just part of his default strategies.
I would imagine that right now it's just a little bit weaker than his current strategy, right? So.
Yep.
Uh-oh, what's happening with this boar?
Looks like he got the boar all right.
So let's go check on Silvertongue to see how he's doing over in his base. Because I know that Rorik wants to see some of that.
Is Rorik watching right now?
I don't know. Let's I hope he'll eventually watch it because he'll he'll be wondering why Silvertongue. What happened to Silvertongue?
Yes. Hi Rorik, by the way, just for the future.
So. I mean, Silvertongue has performed pretty well inside the tournament. He took out Cal inside the first round. I don't know if both of you saw that. And then inside the second round, he took out Wartron. So that was impressive. Playing as Goths. Yeah,
stealing the boar.
That was those were both pretty impressive fights. So I don't think very many round 1 AIs will make it to round 3, but I think Games God beat Cyan, of course. So we were.
Oh, he did.
Yeah, Games God beat Cyan, so that means he will make it into round 3, which is a surprise because we thought that Cyan was going to. Was a little bit higher.
Yes.
In a higher seed.
That's what I thought too.
So
that's impressive.
I think that Games God's code was improved a little bit since we saw it last time versus Barbarian. Maybe that wasn't a fair assessment there.
That could be.
Yeah, and anyone versus Barbarian, you're going to have a tough fight on your hands. So. His name isn't barbarian pushover. It's
So one thing that can be improved in Shadow is his lumber camps. I'm a little annoyed by how he always places his lumber camps on the opposite side of the forest. That's on my to-do list, but
now
for now,
forever soon.
Lumber camp is pretty good because he's pretty close to both. I guess
But the other one
could put another one right here maybe.
I still haven't worked up the courage to try creating duck lumber camp placement yet.
Are you afraid of it? It sounds
that's scary.
It sounds like it's a little bit scary.
It's a little intimidating. I'm impressed by Rehoboam and Immortal, how well they're able to place lumber camps.
Now, the Night Panda and the Maximal Being, it seems like they have a different way of coding AIs rather than inside Notepad++ or any other. They have their own way of. They have some different way of coding their AIs. Do you know how they are approaching that, or the background on how they're coding their AIs? Fireball differently.
Are you asking about their AIs or my AI?
I'm just wondering if you know anything about because generally they're the Night Panda and Immortal, they just have one really large file with all their code inside one file, which typically isn't really seen in AI anymore. Where. So I was just wondering if you knew the background of how those AIs were being coded or anything like that, or because I know Shadow is using, still has multiple files, but it's just an interesting thought.
Actually, I used to try to have Shadow be only one file because it was so hard to search for things in multiple files in other people's AIs.
Yeah.
That I didn't want to put other people through that, searching through Shadow. But after a while, I found that it was hard for me to search through stuff, and because there was so much in just one file that I couldn't navigate it easily. So I decided to split stuff up into a few different categories.
Yeah, I know.
But I have no idea how to find anything in Immortal. I'll just say that.
Yeah, whenever I look inside Immortal, I'm just confused. There's just this overwhelming sense of confusion when I look at Immortal because the code is just so complex.
People in chat just said that what this scout is doing. Also, Waddle said that Night Panda said that he likes one file because of searching stuff.
This
Immortal is one file because this file is compiled.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Oh.
So
Here you go, the skirmishers.
Yeah.
This looks actually much better for Silvertongue this time. He has quite a few archers, and most of his resources aren't in the front.
Shadow is researching fletching, but for some reason, skirmishers are retreating even though only 4 archers are chasing them. What are the retreat rules for them?
It's kind of complicated, and it's just from a lot of testing, but I think what's happening there is as he's retreating fletching, he tries not to fight. He tries to wait until he gets fletching to fight, and then once he gets it, then the evaluation is increased.
So are you, let's say, count the number of enemy units and multiply it by their strength, or there's something else?
Basically, counting enemy archers and skirmishers nearby his range group, basically.
Okay.
And subtracting that from the number of his units. And then there are other factors like towers and town centers and knights, things like that.
I see. I'm asking because I'm going to do this at some point as well.
Oh. Yeah, for me, it's pretty much I write something and then I test it to see what's wrong with it, and then I fix it and then I test it again, and just keeps going.
You mean even an expert scripter like yourself has to, doesn't get things right on the first time, Fireball?
Definitely not.
Oh.
I'd say I have gotten better at getting things right on the first try, but it used to be if I wrote a piece of microcode, I was shocked if it worked. I was always so excited if it actually worked, but there was usually many bugs to try to figure out what was wrong.
So when did you decide, when was there that leap where you went from I want duck to be included in my code? I mean, you're probably at one point you're probably started with normal scripting, and then you went on to some user patch, but there was a leap to duck at some point. And when did you say I need to have duck inside here?
That's a good question. I think there was a point when I basically realized I could focus on Shadow's economy and make him boom and get massive amounts of army, but at the time Barbarian was the only AI with group micro and he didn't use it very much. So I realized that the quickest way, maybe the easiest way to make Shadow the best would be to add group micro, because it seemed like it could beat all of the AIs at the time.
Because right now, we're still 22 minutes into the game, and Shadow hasn't researched Castle Age. I mean, typical AI, would probably be trying, an AI from 10 years ago or whatever would, they would be attempting probably to research Castle Age at this point, because, they would want those Castle Age units.
Yeah.
So, I think there's a change in, the form of AIs and what is being used and what will be used in the future with duck and everything like that. So it seems like you've got a pretty good strategy, and looks like Castle Age is just starting to be researched here at 24 minutes. So
I think that the approach will change again. For now, against Shadow, if most opponents, if they try to go up to Castle Age sooner, they're just too weakened by the time they get to Castle Age and they can't do very much. But that's because there are no walls or anything, and also the economy is not as good. But with AIs like Rehoboam and Immortal, specifically Immortal, who has a little bit of walling, and they also have Duck Eco, now it's a lot harder to punish getting up to castle faster, and they can get up to castle while not losing very much. So eventually Shadow's going to have to adapt to that.
Yeah, it's definitely interesting. And I've been focused more on the assault over here with the spearmen, but just to go back and look at Shadow's economy, got a couple of watchtowers, just beginning to research, just finished researching Castle Age, and he's researching some upgrades for Elite Skirmisher and a couple of other archery upgrades. So, and starting to go for knights as well, it appears. So, this is, even though Silver Tongue put up a tougher fight inside this challenge, it's still very, very one-sided, it appears. So. Yeah,
the micro is just...
It can really destroy an AI, yeah. So good job on your micro, Fireball. As always, it's good to see that your AI is doing well.
Waddle just asked why there are gaps between the farms. can't it reseed them?
For Shadow?
It looks
I'm
like
not really sure.
It looks like the farms have been reseeded over here. It looks like farms are okay.
Well, Bloody Mortal might have the same thing.
I don't know. Is there a way of auto reseeding farms on DE?
No. I thought they mean seeding farms. No, there's not a way of auto.
Okay.
Yeah, that's only in I think HD, right? About keeping farms.
GG.
Good game.
Looks like the game is over. Good job to Shadow and Silver Tongue knocked out. I think this is it for today, folks. I want to thank Arandi and Fireball both for hopping on the stream today and co-casting with me, and also Kim as well. So thank you for everyone being interested inside this tournament so far, and I guess we'll see, what happens from here on. So so Fireball will either go on to play either Naga or Jester inside the next fight. So that might be a little bit different. We'll have to see.
I can't wait to see Naga play.
Yeah, remember, we still have a couple of round 2 fights left. We have to get those knocked out sometime. I know people are interested to see the higher and higher fights, but we've still got to go do some of the older stuff. Lower stuff too. So we've still got.
You and Philosopher.
Yeah.
You and Philosopher need to do another 6-hour stream here, Mr. Elephant.
Yeah. I know that he was saying that he's tired after those streams. So yeah, I can understand that. I can understand being tired, but we'll definitely get some more of those fights knocked out. So some of the round 2 fights that we still have to play are Bambi versus Damien AI. That's the Spanish AI that Morgan had her friend program. So that's one of the fights there. And then we have Offwo Ulysses versus King Vetrix. So I don't know what to expect really between those. I would imagine a Ulysses victory, but we'll have to see. So
yeah,
definitely some interesting fights. Oh, and also in the future we have Rehoboam versus Thermopylae. So that's something else that will be interesting. So anyways, that's all for now. Again, I appreciate everyone tuning into this stream. So
thanks for having me on.
Yep.
Thanks for the invitation, exactly.
Yep. So we'll end it here, and we will see you next time. Thank you, everyone.
Bye.
All right.